top. I'm Coltrane.
Sleep.
In case y'all forgot who he was, the SLEEPE, Guard Your Girl Boxing. I told y'all we're back. Well, we really never left. GY, what was that? Margarito you doing? Hey, miss you. Y'all remember to all the Guard Your Girl Boxing family out there? Y'all remember Sleep used to do his impersonations? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that GYGB family? Give us a little Oscar.
You don't fight like this no more.
Yeah. Give us a little Oscar. Roy. Give us Roy. The Rock. Guard Your Girl Boxing. Let me shout out the addresses. GuardYourGirlBoxing.com.
Who's this?
It's Floyd. That's Floyd.
This Floyd when he in his bag.
That's Floyd.
When Floyd in his bag, he start rocking forward like
every young fighter fights like that.
Yo, somebody just fought last week.
Did you see that? It was a dude from the Dominican. For the Dominican Republic. Yeah. He was fighting like Floyd. It's Guard Your Girl Boxing. Again, I'm Coltrane. That's Sleep. Y'all see the brand. We're back. Action-packed weekend. Yeah. I want to say boxing is back, but I'm a little bit reluctant. But we did have an action-packed weekend. GuardYourGirlBoxing.com, GuardYourGirlBoxing@gmail.com, GYGB123 at Twitter, and we are on Facebook, Guard Your Girl Boxing. Live and direct from the world of Rand's world. Cut that clip, a.k.a. Cut That Clip Sandy. Our new location. You know, I know y'all feeling the digs, not to brag, but you know, I had to give my man Rand some shine. YachtyBox.com, that is. Shout out to the GYGB family, Dots, Rada Da, Big Mike, the Volley Boy, BJ Murray, the whole GYGB family out in GYGB land. Let's get right into it. Where do you want to start? That took place at Saturday. You want to talk about that travesty on pay-per-view television?
Well,
yeah, I
can't really talk about it because I didn't watch it. Because I refuse.
Why and how?
Let me tell you something. I'm a diehard boxing fan. I've been paying for fights that I knew was going to be trash. But like,
you bought a couple Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fights.
There wasn't even a selling point to this one. As I wrote in the article, it's like, you know, they're starting to serve Mayorga up, even though the fading skills of Miguel Cotto could have caused some type of possibility of something happening.
Right.
But like, they didn't even really push the envelope with that, man. But up until this point, Showtime has been doing an excellent job as far as keeping the sport alive, keeping original programming alive. They've been kind of they did what Ghost did to Rick Ross on that Ray Kwan album.
You trying to say they pulled the carpet from underneath?
They pulled the carpet from under. Like Showtime doing their thing, but this one right here, man, this one kind of threw me for a loop. You know, stuck to the old brand. I just pulled out the Nikes again. It was like Reebok's coming with the zigzag. It got me interested for a second. They got Wall and all these new people. Yeah, my kids did too. They actually feel pretty good.
They're very comfortable.
But you always can trust old Nike to give you some entertainment, especially with Roy Jones.
Throw your Nikes in the air.
Yeah, well, what Roy.
So let's get into the fight. Let's get into the card. The Cotto Mayorga fight. We'll talk about that later. Let's get into Saturday night's middleweight title fights. Well, it really wasn't a title fight. It was just the battle of the Kelp.
Are there really titles?
And
your boy got a title. We've been off for a week.
Who?
You ain't gonna talk about your boy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Brooklyn. Zab Judah picked up an IBF junior welterweight title bout. He's calling out Manny Pacquiao. He's calling out all these different names. He's back. You need Zab in boxing. And I always said this about Zab Judah. You can agree with this. Zab is a likable person. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. A lot of people root for Zab Judah. You know, he's turned the leaf. He's a thumper now. He preferences every statement with a guide reference.
Let me tell y'all something. All right, we jumping ships. Yeah. Carmelo Anthony moving to the New York Knicks. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, that's the Knicks. All right, the Nets. When the Nets go to Brooklyn, the whole vibe is going to change with their team. It's something about Brooklyn is a borough, and it's like a city within a city. It's huge. Yeah. So the fact that Zab is so likable and he gets pushed like this because he has Brooklyn on his back.
Right.
And they support their own, man.
And I wanted to give him his props. He got a title.
I don't know if he's 100% back though.
He's not. He got hurt in that fight. But he's working with my man. It's like a match made in heaven for me, Sweet Pea Whitaker, who I believe is the greatest boxer of all time.
I know I'm probably coming out the frame.
There you go. Get in that southpaw stance.
I know I'm coming out the frame.
You know,
I know I'm coming out the frame.
Stop it.
You like that?
That was nice.
That's like his all-time favorite.
I kind of got excited on that one. But he's working with Sweet Pea, so we'll see how that go. So props to Zab. Let's come back to Saturday night.
Okay.
Which I believe was another potential fight of the year. I said, what was the fight 2 weeks ago?
In the card.
My man, a couple weeks ago. Rios.
Yeah,
Rios and Acosta, whatever. That was my fight. We got 5 minutes. That was my fight of the year. But last week, so far, my fight of the year. Last week's fight with Craig McEwen and Crunk Gym's own, the legend of Crunk Gym, who knocks all these people out at Crunk Gym, but never seemed to translate it into fight night. Andy Lee.
Right. I was just hoping you weren't looking at me to remember names.
No, I wasn't looking at you.
Doc's not around. Things is different.
Yeah, I know. But what was your take on the fight? Like, Andy Lee was, you remember he was a prospect, Emmanuel Stewart's own.
Well, there you go. That's
when. Man, I got the picture. Don't want me to put you on blast.
He's a legend in his own right, but you know that's the if you're an A-list artist, you put him on your record. You know I don't want to that's like Jay-Z. What's
Freeway?
Nah, Freeway is a pretty talented guy.
I thought you were saying what he
Yeah, but I mean, you put him on the same record as you, and you push and push. Like, we used to get on the Manual around that time because Manual was supposed to be on
J. Cole.
He hates J. Cole.
J. Cole. That's like J. Cole, man.
But that's when Emmanuel was a part-time analyst, a part-time promoter, a part-time manager.
How we looking on time?
He used to always.
You have 3 minutes. All right.
He keeps putting stuff out there. So
I want to get to the Sergio Martinez.
And Andy Lee. He got pushed to the forefront like a lot of artists do who may not be that talented.
Saturday night,
I like
it. That fight was very entertaining. McEwen was there to fight on Saturday night. He gave me all he can handle. I thought he ran out of gas.
Same thing that happened to Andy Lee in his big debut when he got hurt early. But something about Andy, you can see what they see in him. He's long, and then the way he throws his punches up, the way he throws his hooks, the way he throws the 1-2, it looks like, this can really be something. And his post-fight interview, I like the way the guy talks.
I like him a lot.
He has a real nice personality. But he weathered the storm. He showed the heart of a champion, man.
Yeah, he said it. He behaved like a fighter when he got hurt, too.
Did he? He behaved like a fighter. Yep. He started shortening the distance, keeping a jab in his face and putting pressure on the guy and wore him down and show his show his pedigree of being represented by Emmanuel Stewart, who's not represented. Was he just taken off the fight?
That was confusing. Yeah. All right. So the middleweight division, these guys, they're middleweights. I don't know. So he good props for him. Let's transition into the main event. Okay. Sergio Martinez versus Lord, please forgive me.
Pull out the phone.
Sergie Dzinziruk, I believe you pronounce his name. We know who he is. He's a guy they always put up there in the picture when Paul was, at the helm of a. Was he an
Olympic champion or he just performed in Olympics?
I think he just performed in Olympics. But initially when he first came out, the first couple rounds, I was kind of liking the way he was setting his punches up too. Right. Originally, he looked like he was throwing out of a nice 1-2.
Operating out the 1-2, putting a whole lot of pressure on Martinez.
Fighting tall.
But you can't do that to him and not move your head.
Exactly. There
you cannot follow Martinez around. You can't put Paul Williams a little different, a lot more punches. Moving around a little differently. But if you don't move your head, you're chasing this guy who's all of a sudden, this is the new style. Right. Just like all of a sudden rappers turn killers. You got these boxers, they move up in weight, they knock out.
One weight class.
Now they're knocking everybody out.
With clip shots.
Man,
it wasn't hardcore.
How long have you been watching boxing?
I've been watching boxing a very long time. Very long time.
Weight does not determine punching power.
You bring up a good point.
You're either a knockout artist or you're not a knockout artist. You don't get older, bigger, and you can live all the weights in your world. It has nothing to do with knocking people out.
To do with that.
So now Martinez is this knockout artist.
Right. Before we get in that, he, like you said, he was following him around with no head movement, and he was just hitting with time shots all night. Right. And what was shocking, what Martinez did was he was flicking a double and a triple jab. Mm-hmm. So that was giving Dzinziruk a whole bunch of problems and trouble, and I didn't see hard shots. I just seen him walking in the clip like he was just clipping.
He turned it up.
But he turned it into. I gotta watch the fight.
Mid rounds he started. Okay. He put heat behind it. Martinez has turned into a fabulous.
He ran out of gas too. Dzinziruk.
Right. Martinez's motor. Martinez's motor. He got new parts in his motor. He doesn't fade as much. He's fighting a lot of different ways, backed up against Paul. He'll put pressure on you. Right. Martinez is the truth. 68 is a different story. Right. That's true. In his division,
He has nowhere to go.
Well, he just
Mayweather and won't Cotto won't fight.
Only place he has to go is he needs to take a class and speak English, and then he'll be a superstar.
But
on another note, we got a new show. Check out Sports Enthusiasm. It's on Sports Enthusiasm's channel.
It's in our favorites on the YouTube
show. It's an all-around sports show. It has nothing to do with Guard Your Grill. Guard Your Grill will be here, but this is your mashup that you've been waiting for. If you fans of the Living Color Sports Center, Curb Your Enthusiasm has a comedy element to it, and it covers all sports, man. So check us out.
Miguel Cotto, Margarito. That might be the end of Miguel Cotto.
I didn't see the fight.
Well, he's fighting Margarito in July, so you can stick a fort. Miguel Cotto. That's the.
I got Margarito, whether he's on steroids.
I don't care what he's on. Miguel Cotto is carried off in the show.
Shout out to YGYGB.com.
Brenda Watson.